I'm Brian, that's Jeremy, this is Michelle, and this is a topic of the week.
What is the topic of...
Did we say this?
You guys smoke entirely too much weed.
Oh, what is the topic? We did figure this out.
Yeah, we did. I'm going to give you a second to try to figure out the topic. This might fill up some time.
Not Thanksgiving.
Nope.
Oh, Black Friday.
Oh, yeah, Black Friday. Hey.
Yay!
We're going to talk about Black Friday, but first make sure you go support us on Patreon, patreon.com/withoutparolegames, and also subscribe to our channel, youtube.com/withoutparolegames, and submit any questions you have or topic ideas, please topic ideas, at facebook.com/withoutparolegames, or all you have to do is just comment below. Hey, I think the coffee kicked in.
Yup.
Yep. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you just talked really, really fast.
Yeah, it is like ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, it's up, it's gone, it's... Yeah.
Right, they're like, I want to give you money, but I just didn't have time to see this.
Everything's happening so fast.
Yes.
So we wanted to talk about Black Friday because that's coming up this month.
It is coming up this month.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like Black Friday? Say I.
Yeah.
Aye.
It's ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous.
Like, how is it still a thing?
I don't know. Don't people die on Black Friday because they get trampled with, like, going into Walmart, things like that?
That's called natural selection.
That's called...
Right?
Yeah.
Thinning the herd.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't know how it's still a thing. It's total chaos. Why would anyone wait in those lines?
I don't know.
And every online retailer, every Amazon, everybody, they all have not only Black Friday deals, but Cyber Monday deals.
Yeah.
So you don't actually have to leave the house to get awesome deals around this time of year.
Yeah.
Oh, God. People sleep outside of the store and wait for it to open, too.
It's
What is up with
ridiculous.
that?
Yeah.
Do you really need anything that bad?
Not only that, what's more
The answer is
terrible about it is how they make the employees go in. First of all, you're setting up late for a sale,
Yep.
and you leave at like, what, 10? You know, and then you go home, and the next morning it's Thanksgiving, and then you're stressed because you got to remember that you got to be to work for 12 a.m.
Right.
You know?
I
So you
wonder...
just drink with your family. I'm sure half
can't
the
do
employees
anything.
are like half.
I
in the
wonder
business.
the
terrible.
percentage of people who quit on Black Friday.
Yeah, I wonder.
That's,
Probably
I'm
a
curious.
lot. Yeah.
Comment below if you know the answer.
Because I think we all, I mean, we must have. I did retail Black Fridays for many years back. You as well?
I have, so I worked in the Natick Mall, but I worked at P.F. Chang's in the Natick Mall for like 4.5 years. So we still, it's not retail, but we get all that traffic in.
Yes.
It's awful. People are so mean on Black Friday.
They're
They're very
fed up,
impatient.
probably.
They're like, get in, get out, let's go. Why is it taking 10 minutes for my food? Like,
That must be awful.
oh, it's awful. It's terrible.
It's just all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, Natick Mall, all those people.
All
Oh my
those
God,
people.
they're hungry. Oh yeah,
I can't
God,
even
they're
tell
hungry.
you.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you the amount of people that can fit into the Natick
all
Mall.
the fat asses and the gross humans and oh my God,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's not the cream of the crop we're getting
No,
on Black Friday.
No, it's not usually. You know, not everybody out there.
Have either of you shopped Black Friday?
No.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
What happened?
So this was
Yes.
this was 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. Okay, was the only one real Black Friday experience I had. So I remember I was leaving Thanksgiving, saying goodbye to my family and everything, and we were kind of like joking about saying, hey, you know, let's meet up at Best Buy tomorrow and we'll hit up the Black Friday sales.
Sure.
And I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm gonna go get drunk with my friends. We're gonna go smoke some pot. We're gonna go have some good times. And I was like, and I'm going to crash on somebody's floor. There's no way I'm going to Best Buy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not in the that's on the agenda.
Right, but if
That
you
wasn't on my list.
but
Yeah.
if you drink the right amount of alcohol and you consume the right amount of marijuana, and it all comes together in that perfect storm, it makes you think.
That is a good idea.
I want to go stand out in the cold for 5 hours.
Jeez.
And so I remember, like, my friends, they're all, like, watching a movie, smoking pot, doing their thing. And, like, I was like, guys, I'm going to go to Best Buy. And they're like, fucking have fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Peace.
Yeah, later.
So there it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And this is before like, Black Friday was ridiculously crazy out of control, right? And so it was still not a new thing, but it wasn't... You didn't have to stand out in line 2 days ahead of time. Mm-hmm. So I pull up into the Best Buy parking lot, the Greendale Mall.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
The only car in the parking lot.
Oh, jeez.
Me.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So I sit there with the heat on for a little bit, and then I see another car getting off the highway. Like, this is like an hour later.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting by myself for an hour. And I'm watching another car get off the highway. I'm like, I wonder if
Did
that
you
person's coming.
bring more alcohol with you?
Oh, God. I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Just
a long
curious.
time ago.
I just.
It's a blurry memory.
Once you're like coming down from that, I feel like you just
be
kind of
like,
pass
yeah.
out. Yeah.
So when I saw the other car like pulling into the parking lot, I was like, "Oh, I better go get in line. I want to be first." So I grabbed the lawn chair out of my trunk and I set it up by the front door.
Lawn chair.
Oh yeah.
You did that.
Oh, people do. Yeah.
No,
People
I know
bring
people do.
coolers and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the whole thing. Yeah.
Tents, everything.
Pillows, tents. Yeah.
Sleeping
Tents.
bags. Yep.
Yeah.
And so I put up my lawn chair and I sat down just to affirm my first place in line position.
Yeah.
And as the car pulled up and parked, I was like, "Dad?" And literally for the next hour, it was just me and my dad hanging
That's
out.
fantastic.
Right?
That's funny.
That's really funny.
Yeah,
Did you communicate that was gonna?
No,
Like,
we were both just like, hey, we might do this. And then we both actually did.
Yeah.
And we were the only two people there for like well over an hour.
I like this story.
Yeah, so it was a great thing about that year I'm sure they still do this, is that like, if you're the first like 10 people in line, the employees come out and they're like, okay, what are you here for? Because they give you a ticket to guarantee that you get the doorbuster
They give you
item
a
or whatever
ticket?
it is. Yeah, you would make sure, bring this to the counter to make sure so you don't have to get trampled
running through the
to
store.
Oh, I had no idea that was a thing.
Well, because there's doorbuster items. Like, if you're one of the first, like, 20 people there,
Yeah.
you get, like, the super discount on a certain item, and it's, like, what people are really there
Right.
for.
Yeah.
And so, we got our stuff, we got out, and it was still, like, a madhouse.
Yeah.
And I was like, this wasn't fun. This wasn't enjoyable. I mean, other than spending time with my dad, which I do anyway. It's
Yeah.
like, what did I do this for?
Yeah.
Some DVDs and computer monitor.
Oh, that was my next
Yeah.
question. What did you do it
Yeah,
for?
yeah.
Yeah, very little. It was
Yeah.
I did it for the experience.
Yeah.
And then I went with an ex of mine a couple of years, just maybe like 5 years ago or something, because he had never done it before.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, we're gonna go do this.
Yeah.
But
Just to see. Yeah.
so we again go to the Greendale Mall, go and get in line at Best Buy.
Yeah.
But at 5 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning, now this is a decade later, the line's all the way around the mall,
Ugh.
and it's raining. And I'm like, are you
And
sure
it's
you want to do
raining.
this? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right.
Fuck.
So we stood in the rain for hours, and it was miserable. And I was like, if you're not one of the first 20 people in line,
Yeah, you're not gonna
what
get
kind
any
of
deal.
amazing deal do you think you're
Nothing.
getting?
Yep.
Right? I'm
TVs
never
for
gonna do it again.
$1.
Yeah.
And
Really.
that's the extent of my Black Friday experience. It was terrible. It's stupid. I'm doing everything online now.
Interesting. I have an interesting question though. Since we mentioned tents, wouldn't that like put you back though? Like, imagine if the line's starting to go and you have to put your tent away. I don't know about you, but it kind of takes
Yeah.
a while to put a tent away.
Right. I guess you start dismantling it a little prior to when the doors open.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
as soon as you know,
And then you're gonna carry it around with you as you.
like,
you shop,
you
like,
get, you get
Throw
a
it back in the car. You'll have a few minutes.
If you have a tent, you're with a group, so one person from the group can go put it away in the car and then get back in line.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never shopped. I've worked Black Fridays, but when the PS3 was launching, I was one of the people in front of Best Buy. I forget if it was 28 or 38 hours. I don't remember the length of
What?
time. And I was number 20. And there was only 21 of the consoles that I ended up finding out the next morning when they handed out the tickets. So actually somewhere in the middle of the night somebody came out and let us know. But yeah, so I forget if it was 28 or 38 hours. But sleeping bags, food, we ended up, it was pouring out, it was miserable. The entirety of the whole line, we ended up making like a shanty town with tarps from people's trucks and shit,
Awesome.
with tape and the whole length.
Kind of sounds fun.
There was people up towards the top after they
Take it down
passed
to-
out the tickets to guarantee you're getting one of
Yeah.
these. And I wanted to get the 60 gig PS3, but I got the 20 gig, and I was fine with that. You know,
Like, I'll take
the
what I can
backwards
get at this
compatible
point,
ones,
yeah.
which thank God, because the 60 ones were crashing, and there was all sorts of
Yeah, you
black
lucked out.
screen issues.
Yeah.
And mine still works.
No
Not that
way.
I turned it on.
You
but
have
yeah,
a launch PlayStation 3?
Oh yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
yeah, the thing still works.
That's awesome.
Nicely done,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh, I still have
Worth
my
it.
original Nintendo. I still got my Atari 26, and I got it all. But
We're going on a
We're
field trip to
going
Germany.
this out, I know.
still got everything. But yeah, so we waited out, and I got the ticket. There were people on their laptops that already had it on eBay. One kid towards the front had it up for $1,400
Yep.
already. Was the bid, you know. And I just wanted it because I knew eventually a Metal Gear was coming out for it.
Right.
It was the only reason I wanted to get this thing.
Gotta get it now.
I was not a Sony. I mean, I liked the PS2, but I had got the Xbox precisely the same day I got a PS2. I was late to the party, and
Okay.
so I definitely preferred the Xbox at that point. So I didn't care too much for the PS3. But waiting in the line, it was crazy. I remember my aunt randomly showed up and brought us all regatta, which I hate regatta deli sandwiches, but I was very thankful. Thank you. Not that she's watching.
If you're watching.
Yeah. So anyways, you know, and it was just kind of really neat again for the experience, you know. We had bags. It was, you know, a group of my friends, and we all got our consoles and other random people that, you know, we were all friends for a day and a quarter, you know. And then after I rolled it up, I remember driving to a Walmart somewhere. Wasn't it the same day that the Wii came out?
Yep.
Yeah, and then I drove to a Walmart, waited another several hours,
Oh, God.
and got a Wii.
That's
And
crazy.
I went
Dedication.
home.
That's pretty cool. Though.
Yeah.
So-
What an expensive week.
Well, the same thing happened when the PS4, the Xbox One, the 3DS Zelda XL came out. I was bang, bang, bang.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right, I thought I was hardcore.
No, that's what
Right?
happens. you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
You just get your stuff online.
Yep.
Winning.
Yeah, and I did not buy a launch PlayStation 3 because I was the brokest I've ever been in my life. Like, I was more broke when the PlayStation 3 came out than I was when I was 12 and had a paper route.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I probably owed $2,000 when the PlayStation 3 came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no debt at 12.
What year was that came out? I don't remember.
2009.
Was it 09?
No, I just made that up. 2006, PlayStation 3.
Yeah, it was 06.
Is that right?
It's.
I guess, I don't
Sounds
know.
more right than 9.
Must.
That's for sure.
It's absolutely not 9. It was. I
Yeah,
think I
no.
want to say 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 years ago?
Yeah, actually.
That would
sounds
make
right.
sense then. Yeah. Yeah, because that had a lifespan of 8. Was it 8 or 10 years?
In Japan, it was 8.
All right.
Yeah, so that sounds about right. You have not told the Black Friday story other than...
Tapping out on that one, I said screw that every
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
Every time.
Just the work
Just
experience?
just working it.
Any stories
sucks,
from that?
Awful. No, I just remember honestly like I remember I was like on break or something, and I was like trying to get to the food court from Beat Up Jenks, and like I got like halfway there and I had to turn around because there were so many people
Wow.
in the mall that I was like, I can't even like get anywhere.
Yeah.
Can't
And
go
if
anywhere. You
anybody
gotta
out
like push your
there-
way through, and like I don't wanna
Natick
do
is
that.
more of an uppity
I'm already
mall.
like this much in anxiety from working
Yeah.
that shift so far that I was like, I don't want to freaking walk through these people too. I hate all of you.
Oh, right? Oh,
yeah,
my
no,
God.
it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. So, nope. And I do not plan on doing Black Friday ever either. A lot of friends had always asked me, families asked me before, and I'm just like, no, like, that sounds like a terrible idea. Yeah. But you guys have fun.
Do they tip better on Black Friday?
Worse.
God.
Worse.
Worse.
So much worse. People don't tip because they want to spend all their money on Black Friday.
Yeah.
So when they're going out to eat, they're like, it's not 20% anymore. It's 5.
Ah.
Oh, it's bad. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's not even worth working. Like you
Wait.
make less money.
Was today Black Friday? Because that's how I did today.
Because that's how you did today?
Yep.
Aw.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough day.
That
Yeah.
stinks.
Yeah. If you're watching,
Yeah.
always tip 20%.
Yeah, totally.
Yes,
Come on.
please.
And if the service is bad enough to warrant less than
It's our
20%,
career.
talk to a manager. Because,
Yeah.
yeah, you should always tip 20%.
Mm-hmm.
If service is that bad, talk to the manager. I think that's it, right?
Yes.
I think that's
I
it.
guess so, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
If you have your own Black
Black
Friday
Friday.
stories to share,
Yeah.
make sure you comment below. We want to hear all of your Black Friday stories. Let's get a discussion going.
Yeah.
So when we still got a couple weeks before it rolls around, right?
2, right? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not this Friday, but the Friday after.
Yep.
Yeah, retail and...
So is anybody going to Black Friday?
No.
So-
I mean, I technically had to go to it because I worked at it
Right.
all the
Yeah.
time. One quick time, when they first made us open at midnight, remember when Massachusetts, they didn't allow that?
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, what was it, 5-6 years ago? Then all of a sudden they did. I don't remember. But when we first had to open at 12:30, they predicted my store, you know how they calculate all that shit, that I think my store was going to do only like $3,000 to $5,000 worth of business from the 12:30 until they made me go in there at 3:30. And so then they figured it was going to drop, blah, blah, blah. So I
God,
staffed
wow.
2 people, and then when I got in at 3:30, They had already done over 20 grand. The store was fucking destroyed.
I bet.
And it was outrageous.
Wow.
And the crowd had just died down at 3:30, so there's probably like 7 or 8 people there. There were stacks of games everywhere. And we had to do...
I can't imagine the cleanup. Ugh.
Right.
We used to have to do several bank drops to the day. I probably shouldn't say this live, so someone's out there like, they do that much. But yeah, several tens of thousands of dollars, several times of the day.
I also don't think you said where you work, so I think it's okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yes, I did not.
Yep, good.
In Hawaii, where I work.
I bet people steal a lot too on Black Friday because there's so many people.
Yeah, they must, absolutely.
Right?
And big
I didn't
ticket
even think
items.
about that till just now. Yeah, big ticket items. Yeah.
I used to go and watch the camera sometimes and be like, you know, you'd have to... Oh, I had somebody walk out with... I'm not going to get into items, but the big rock bandish items.
Oh, wow.
What does it matter? You know, and $250 when those things were that expensive back then. Walk out, you know, and you wouldn't know until you did like inventory the next day,
and you're like,
and you'd have to camera back. And there was no catching them.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you gonna?
Yeah.
Again, share your Black Friday stories with us. If you work Black Friday, or if you just intend to go out shopping for some unknown reason, let us know why.
Why? Yeah, I was just. Right. Why would
put
you
a positive
do that?
spin on it? We've had bad experiences because of like retail and customer service work, and it makes it pretty rough.
Yeah.
So maybe if you've never been in customer service, it might be a fun experience. You know.
Yeah.
Tell us what you're buying that you can't buy already online for a similar price. Because for the life of me, I can't figure out what 20 to 30 hours of my life is worth. Like, it's certainly not worth saving $500. You know,
I would spend $500 not to do that.
I'd rather sleep. You know, whatever.
Right. I would go without. I do not
unless
need
it's like
whatever
a group of friends and you're just going to hang out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But even that.
Right. Like you bring the bar with you.
Yeah.
Right.
Now we're
just gonna drink the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it for us. Midnight Gamescast. I'm Brian. That's Jeremy. This is Michelle, and we will absolutely see you next week.
Ciao.
See you next week.
Support us on Patreon.
Yes, please.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah. Bonus footage. What do we got?
What do we have for bonus footage?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah. Dude, we're sitting in the movie theater, right?
Yep.
And I'm literally we're watching
funny.
trailer after trailer, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, the movie should have started like 15 minutes ago. I'm sitting there. I pulled out the tickets to make sure that the right movie was on it, and I was like, okay, theater 8. I'm like, this was the only theater. It was not the only theater down that hallway.
No, it was not, and it was funny because you were like during the previews or whatever, like, wouldn't it be funny if this was the wrong movie? I think you said. Right. I think you said that at one point. Yeah, like I was like, no, it can't be. We're in the right theater.
Yep.
I thought.
Hey, what's the likelihood that we talked about going to see The Arrival? We bought tickets for a different movie in the theater we accidentally went to happened to be the one theater that was showing the other movie we were going to go to.
Go see it.
What's the likelihood?
Yeah.
1 out of how many? 1 out of 12? How many theaters are there?
Whatever, something like that. Yeah. But that's just so interesting.
Yeah. You went to go see a movie. It ended up not being the one that I said I was going to go see. You ended up going to the movie that I said I was going to go see, and I didn't go see it.
And you didn't go see it.
Yeah.
What is wrong with us?
It's funny because once we discovered that we were actually watching The Arrival like 10 minutes in, when aliens landed, we were like, oh,
aliens.
fuck.
And at the same time, we were like, aliens.
Michelle turns and goes, do you think Jeremy's behind this somewhere?
Oh, yeah, right?
Because there was only like 7 other people in the theater, so we were like,
where's Jeremy?
It's pretty funny.
Yeah,
it would have been really funny if you were there too.
Yeah, it was all
like, hey!
Yep.
That's funny. Do you guys eat food at movies?
No.
I don't either.
No. Mostly because I try to eat healthy.
Yeah. And then also, I always feel like it's cliche and trashy when you hear the crinkling.
Yep.
I used
You know
to.
what I mean? It's like everyone's like, he's eating candy.
I used to always buy popcorn, and I don't anymore.
No.
And I'm really happy with that decision.
I
like
love
popcorn.
I love movie theater
I love
popcorn.
movie
Not a
theater
popcorn
popcorn more
person.
than anything in the world.
And then those nachos, forget it. I mean, it's
I
a
have to
clump
spend
of,
it,
what,
but-
Cheese Whiz or something like that?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah,
it's
gross.
super
Yeah.
healthy.